Hello everyone, welcome to another session on Introduction to Television and Cinema. In this session, I'm going to start with the fifth module, that is Malayalam Cinema, and this is like an introduction to the chapter. Okay, so in the previous video, I have given you an overview of the chapter. This is like the introduction part. We are going to discuss about the early start, like which were the first movies, who were the first, all these things we are going to discuss in this video. Okay, just the first thing that we have to remember is like the person who has introduced this particular concept of cinema into Kerala, and that is Kattokaran from Thrissur. He started this particular concept of a theater, or you can say a kind of a cinema in Thrissur, and that was in the year 1907. In 1907, he brought up a kind of a manually operated projector, and he showed the movie. Okay, or you can see a moving image. Then in the year 1913, okay, you can see that he established the first permanent theatre called Joe's Electrical Bioscope in Thrissur. So that is the second year and the point that you have to remember. Then you can see that in the first movie from Kerala or from Malayalam is Vigathakumaran, okay, and the name, you are familiar with the name that is behind this movie, that is J.C.Daniel. He started the work of this particular film in the year 1928, and he released the movie in Trivandrum Capitol Theatre in the year 1930. Okay. Then the second movie, before I move on to the second movie, I'll just tell you the second, another important thing that we have to remember is like there is another movie on J.C.Daniel, and that is, the name of the movie is Celluloid, which came in the 2013 and is directed by Kamal. Okay, it discusses this particular movie on J.C.Daniel. Do not ever confuse it with the movie of J.C.Daniel. It is on J.C.Daniel, and it discusses about the hardships that are in fact faced by J.C.Daniel, because the movie Vigathakumaran was a commercial failure. Okay, and another important point that we can discuss up here about the movie Vigathakumaran is that it was a movie based on a social issue. Okay, in India and also in the world, you can see the general trend during this the phase of the silent era, or the initial phase of movies, is that they used to go for familiar themes, or you can say mythological themes, something that is familiar with. That was the trend that we normally see in world cinema and also in Indian cinema. But J.C.Daniel, when he attempted for a film, you can see that he has gone for a social issue. That's something remarkable, you can say, an achievement. And because of his contribution to Malayalam cinema, the highest award that is in fact instituted by government of Kerala for the personality from film is J.C.Daniel Award. It is in fact a tribute to this pioneer from Malayalam film industry, or the pioneer filmmaker in Malayalam cinema. Okay, so that is about J.C.Daniel and about the first movie that came from Kerala. Okay, so two names I have discussed so far. One is Jose Kattokaran, and second one is J.C.Daniel. Okay, now the third point that I would like to discuss is about the second movie, which came in the year 1933, and that is Marthandavarama. The name of the movie is Marthandavarama. It is produced by Sundar Raj, and the movie is based on a novel of the same name by C.V. Raman Pillai. And again, it went into some legal complications, and the producer was compelled to withdraw the film from the theatre. Okay, and one other point that you can remember is like, with this particular Marthandavarama movie, the silent era in Malayalam film industry or Malayalam cinema, it came to an end. So I've discussed 3 points. One is Kattokaran, second one J.C.Daniel and Vigathakumaran, and third one is Marthandavarama. Okay, I hope I'm clear. Now, the first talkie from Malayalam cinema is Balan, which came in the year 1938, Balan. Okay, and it was produced by T.R. Sundaram and directed by S. Notani. Now, I'll give you the details. I'm going to share with you the PPT so that you will have a better understanding of the things up there. And we have quite a good number of list of movies which are also there, which came prior to 1950. Few 4 or 5 movies are there. So with that we can almost conclude the introduction part of this particular session. That is all about the first session, that means the introduction session. We'll continue in another video with a brief history into Malayalam cinema. Okay, brief history of Malayalam cinema. So till then, stay at home, stay safe. Thank you and God bless.